I kind of feel I don't know. I feel like Web 2.5 is sort of like Hollywood, like celebrity new music. I don't know who half these people are because it's like it's become so celeb Hollywood dramatized. There's all this drama and
All right, I wanted to move on to a tweet here because I think this is really relevant at the moment. It's regarding price, but I think it's really interesting, and it was one of Asidio's tweets this week. I really think he kicked ass with it, and I want to read out a little bit of this here. Um, he said a great thread over all this drama. I just want to go onto the thread. It's by Wartime Amber, and it's a piss take account, but it says some pretty good stuff. So here's parts of the thread. So this is how you tell there's a bottom, right? Signs you'll see when the bottom is in a compilation of capitulation tweets, and this is how you know the market's very interesting right now. So in June, ProShares to launch the first US short Bitcoin linked ETF on June the 21st. The next one, Mattress King Pomp removes his laser eyes in August. So I didn't realize this, but good old Pompliano, Mr. Straight and Narrow, in my opinion, he's removed his laser eyes back in August.
oh no,
Yeah.
Superman removing the cape.
In September, Will Clemente, his boy, pivoted to charge 1,000 for his shitty research service. When prior to that, he was complaining about how Raoul Paul was charging 800. Only a few months later, he started charging 1,000 for his research service. And this is, of course, because these guys haven't got cash flow coming in. So they're like, shit, how do I make money? The price of everything's gone down so much, I've lost all this money. I need to start making money. So where 8 months ago he was bitching about Raoul Paul making a research service, now he's making his own and he's charging more than a bit for the other guy, right? So these are all capitulation signs. ARK pleading with the Fed to stop raising rates. So ARK Invest in October wrote an open letter to the Fed to ask them to stop raising rates. SBF capitulating to CZ when they had their duel back in November. SBF filing for bankruptcy on the 11th of November, funnily enough. Crypto grifters can't take the pain anymore. There's a load of tweets there. Bankless grifter who has skimmed millions off of crypto sponsorship deals is crying on live stream and doesn't want to talk about crypto anymore. This is regarding Liron Shapira, the Bankless HQ guys. They were all like bitching about the bottoms and the low prices back in November. In November, hedge fund Ikigai, moron disgusted with the space after doing absolutely no risk management and leaving all his clients' money on FTX and getting rug pulled. Hedge fund moron in absolute disbelief. Who could have thought that the crypto cesspit attracts the lowest scum of the world? This is Travis Kling complaining. Pompiano again after skimming millions of FTX and BlockFi crypto sponsorship deals. Mattress Man Pomp says enough is enough. We'll no longer back any crypto scams except for the ones that he himself runs. That was back in November. And it just goes on and on. It's just like BlockFi filing for bankruptcy. BitLord Crypto, a once outspoken advocate for dog money, is saying that number go down so hard on his digital beanie babies that it's giving him depression. This is in the 9th of December. It just goes on and on. It's like all these famous names that we knew that were diehard hodlers are all like, Mike Novogratz down so bad it awakens within him the urge to punch at the crypto grifters for his own mistaken stupidity. And this is regarding a tweet in December where Mike Novogratz said, Mike Novogratz wants to punch disgraced crypto titans in the face. Prime brokerage crypto lender Genesis files for bankruptcy. It's just great. It's just a great thread. And it makes you see all these people, right? All these people that were like hardcore long, Bitcoin's going to the moon. They were all calling for 1,000, 110,000, 120, 180,000 Bitcoin before the top. As the bottom comes in, and whether or not this is the bottom, I obviously can't say for sure, but very interesting period that's just happened where there's a massive short squeeze in the prices just happened, and it cites the hell out of me to still see some of these guys saying, oh, it's not the bottom, it's just a short squeeze, it's coming back down. It's like, you guys are all saying the same thing. You're all saying there's going to be a massive recession. You're all saying that the Bitcoin price isn't in. You were all saying that the Bitcoin top wasn't in. right? You all say the same things, and
A bunch of
everyone
floating
follows you.
heads that
It's
parroting each other's lines. I
yeah.
don't want to be that. I don't want to be that brutal, but it's
Well,
funny because you look at your average hiver and what I've had my stake powered up for almost like 5 years now. We've been through a couple of bulls and bears, and it seemed last bear we got attacked, overcame it. This bear we've only gotten we. I think there's been more innovation last year on Hive than the history of the chain, and it's been a brutal bear. Um, I kind of feel I don't know. I feel like Web 2.5 is sort of like Hollywood, like celebrity new music. Because like when I hear new music, like somebody told me like about like Bad Bunny or something, like I have no idea what that is or who that is. That's kind of how I feel with Web 2.5. It's sort of like I don't um I don't know who half these people are because it's like it's become so celeb Hollywood dramatized. There's all this drama, and it's like, yeah, it's right. And Hive is just sort of on our own thing, unaffected by any of this. Of course, we're affected by the waves because we're all affected by the ocean, but none of that was tied to Hive. You can't say, oh, the Hive Dow is going to sink because Mike Novogratz needs to sell 80% of his pre-mine or whatever the hell. That's usually the problem with these things. Um, and then, of course, you had all the scams going on with people using. It seems like everyone in the industry was using users' funds and speculating and offering these yield programs where they didn't have any real yield. So that was shocking. I'm shocked that so many Genesis, all of these people, crazy. It needed to happen. The great flush, and this is when you're going to have a lot more VCs. They're going to get more brutal. It's kind of like the hawks. They're circling the bodies now. There's not much left for them. People have woken up. They sort of understand the game. Five years ago, you didn't hear things called VC chains. VC layer ones. People are really starting to take that serious, and I don't think they're going to be able to get away with it much longer anymore. And hopefully, we get to a point where that's cleared out and you have more fair distributed technology where you don't have to worry about some entity scamming you. I mean, we're 2023 now and we're still worried about centralized entities affecting the protocol for about 99% of the market here. We need to wake up. Hive is doing a good job, but there's a lot more. There's so much power in communities. So
I mean, this is something that I want to. The point I want to make here is, when all the mainstream and so-called, underground, although they're really mainstream, they've become mainstream, right? The Pomplianos, when they're all saying that the price is going up, the chances are the price is going down. If they're all saying the same thing, and they all are saying the same thing, so this short squeeze is currently happening. Everyone's getting their asses squeezed. I'm sorry if some of you are short in the room if you followed those people's advice. I certainly wasn't listening to them at the time. I think that thread is a great summary of how to play markets. Everyone was short, everyone was bitching, everyone was crying, and it's like, yeah, one of these short squeezes is inevitably going to happen at some point. And so part of me feels like we should have been calling the shit out on Hive. We've got social media on Hive, we've got the ability to talk and communicate these things. And unfortunately, I didn't really see anyone on Hive like shouting about this and saying, "Hey, look, all these people are like bitching. It's time to go long, or there's a potential short squeeze here." Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was on Leo Finance somewhere because there's a big finance community there.